Good afternoon. I'm Scott Jackson with the Derry Fire Department, and today we're here at the open house, which is October 17th, 2015, here at the Derry Fire Central Station, which is 131 East Broadway, Derry, New Hampshire. Behind me you can see this is our Engine 1 truck. Today we're open up to the public. The public is welcome to come down, certainly for next year. Put it on your calendar. It's always in the month of October, usually the second or third week. Today we have the fire trucks out on the front pad for everyone to look at, so that children can come by with their families, look at our fire trucks, look at our equipment, see what we do on a day-to-day basis. Certainly they can do that anytime, year-round. We do go around to the schools on a monthly basis and do the same. But today we're open to the public. They can come down. We're doing pizza for the kids and families, giveaways. We have some local vendors here that have graciously come down to donate their time to go over security systems. We have the Forest Warden Service here, members of Parkland Medical Center, Palmer Gas is out back, amongst other volunteers which are down here to help us out. So as you can see behind me, this is our fire truck Engine 1. It has a lot of our rescue equipment on it. We're utilizing that at this point just to show people what we do with it. If we pan around into the inside of the station, you can see we have Smokey the Bear here. He's over here hiding. He came down from the Fire Warden Service. How you doing, Smokey? Yeah, he's down here to see the kids, hang out with them, teach them about some forest fire safety stuff. And he's down here with Mr. Billadu from the state. So at this point, I'd just like to move out back so we can see what's going on out there if we could, okay?
Good afternoon. I'm Forest Ranger Neil Bilodeau with the New Hampshire Division of Forests and Lands. I'm here at the Derry Fire Department at the request of the Fire Prevention Office to come and basically talk about wildland fire safety and Smokey's very important message of only you can prevent wildfires. So some of the materials we have here today, Smokey Bear materials, teaching kids on how to be safe with all outdoor fires. We also have information for the adults as well on fire safety, and some other information from the National Fire Protection Association FireWise program, which is a nationally accredited program on how to keep communities safe from wildfire. And we do also have some information on some of the invasive pests that are currently of concern for New Hampshire's forests. It's a pleasure to be here. We've had great contacts with the public, a lot of good questions regarding the safety and health in New Hampshire's forests. And obviously Smokey Bear himself is here, which is always great contact for the kids. We encourage you to come down and join us today. And if you have any questions, be happy to answer them for you. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're at the rear of the station. Out here, as you can see, we have behind me a demonstration for fire extinguishers. We teach fire extinguisher safety. This is not only good for the children, but a lot of the adults sometimes in the home, when they have their fire extinguishers, they really don't know how to use them. And typically 90% of them, they're stuck in the cabinet under the kitchen sink. So here we teach them how to utilize them. We have a safe venue where they can do that here. We have a fake propane, or a small propane setup, if you will, with small extinguishers. And we teach them how to use the extinguishers. We use the PASS acronym, which is pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. So you can see right here we have a small fire going. We're teaching the children how to pull the pins, aiming the nozzles, squeezing and sweeping back and forth, and they're extinguishing the fires. So this is a great tool that we utilize throughout the community. We go into the businesses for facilities that utilize extinguishers, and we train them on the safe use and operation. Out back you can see we have a fire hose set up for the kids. Here we teach them how we use the big fire hoses, and we have a couple of windows set up back there with fire displays, if you will, and they aim the nozzle at them and they extinguish the fire, which is a great tool. The kids love to just come in and play with that. It's very interactive here down at the fire station, and we like to incorporate all parts of the fire safety, including EMS. So again, to our rear here we have the fire safety trailer, which we teach kids about home fire safety. There are a bunch of children in there right now, and we teach them about safety with respects to the stoves, fireplaces. We then move to the rear of the trailer, which contains the bedroom. We talk about the importance of smoke detectors in the bedrooms, having doors and windows that they can open, always a must. And again, the smoke detectors in their bedrooms. behind the safety trailer, we have representatives from Palmer Gas who are here, graciously showed up. They're talking about carbon monoxide, gas safety, involved incidents in heating systems. So this time of year being October, again, Fire Prevention, Fire Safety Month, heating systems are always up and running this time of year, and they need to be tested, inspected, and maintained. So we try to promote that amongst the community.
This.
I want one of those dogs.
Yeah. So what do you think? In or out? Okay, so we want it to turn in, right? Because if it gets knocked over, fall, catch fire, burn someone, right? So we want it to turn in. Because if the kid accidentally. No. If our parents are cooking and they're frying something, okay, and it catches fire, what do you think we should do? Call 911 is always a good option.
Okay, so here we're in our fire safety trailer. We're in the bedroom portion. For the audience viewing, I don't know if you can see, we do have a bed here. We do have a window, which is always certainly required from bedrooms as a second means of egress. The primary doors, which certainly is behind you right now, we have set up so that when the children come in and we talk about fire safety, we always tell them to sleep with their doors closed. This one is set up and designed so if you feel it right now, it's warm. That teaches the kids to go over and touch the door. And when they feel that it's warm, they know that there's a fire or some other problem on the other side, so they do not open it. At that point, they would then be directed to go to their second means of egress or escape, which would be their window. We teach them that not only should they have windows, but importantly, they should be able to open them. A lot of the older homes have windows which are stuck, they stick, or they've been painted shut. So very important not only to have a window, but be able to get to it and open it. Sometimes they'll put cabinets in front of them or bureaus, and that usually is a problem. The children can't get at them based on their age. So we do discuss with them about the importance of being able to access your window. Not only access it, but again, if it's on the first floor, we promote being able to jump out, if you will, or get out in a safe distance. But if they're on the second story or third story, not to be jumping out of windows. Go where the window is, open the window. Stay at the window because that's where the fresh air is, okay? So you always want to stay here so that the firemen, when they show up, the first thing they do is they walk around your house and they're looking at your windows and they're looking to see if there's anyone there. And if you're standing here, you can say, hey, Mr. Fireman, I'm up here, I need help. Come and get me, okay? So if they do have ladders, certainly they can use the ladders. Again, we do not advocate or promote that children be jumping out of windows on the second or third story because that creates more harm and more danger. So that's what we use this part of the building for. You can see it's getting a little smoky in here. They're actually smoking up the other part of the building right now. So you can see right here, for instance, when the smoke comes through the door, we teach the kids to take a towel and put it under the door like this, which then stops or limits the smoke from coming through, and then they can go to their window and get out. Very good tool that we have here to use. We use it whenever we can in the schools and for the open houses, so I do advocate anytime that the schools would like us to bring this to them that they just give us a call, or events in town we can bring it. We have in the past brought this tool outside of the community to other communities that may not have one to promote the fire safety within the other communities. So it's a great tool. We do utilize it not only here but geographically, regionally, if you will.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? My name is David DeBoer. I'm a registered cardiovascular invasive specialist and a registered nurse, and I am the clinical coordinator for the Cardiac Cath Lab at Parkland Medical Center here in wonderful Derry, New Hampshire. And with me today, I have Mrs. Barbara Bratz, and she is the...
I am the ICD pacemaker surveillance person. I monitor patients who have implanted devices. I'm board certified in cardiovascular nursing and also in rhythm management of cardiac rhythm devices.
We're here today at the Central Station in Derry, and we're here at the Derry Fire Open House, and we are here discussing multiple modalities of cardiac care. Ones to include heart failure, device implants, which includes pacemakers, ICDs, biventricular pacemakers. We're here to talk about some of the ailments that actually affect the heart, to include things like the silent killer, which is high blood pressure. And I'm waving at Tim as he's walking by giving me the eye. Thank you. So we're talking about prevention, care, treatment, and things that you can actually do at home to prevent coronary artery disease and also other ailments that affect the heart. to include diet, exercise, no smoking, limiting your alcohol intake, monitoring your cholesterol. Those are some of the basic things that you can change. There are things that you cannot change. One is to include, one, I'm sorry guys, being male. Two, getting older. Three is a family history. Those are some things. You need to be followed by your primary care regularly. This is one of our display boards right here. I'll step out of the picture because I am not photogenic. As you'll see here, fruits and vegetables, there's a caloric intake on here. Picture of your normal heart and some ailments that affect your heart. Basically what we came in today to talk about is what's heart failure. And that's a complicated subject within itself. I can't see what else we got here. We're also talking about other things that affect the heart. And in cardiovascular care is what we're talking about. One is CVA, which is a stroke, and that's an embolytic stroke, which is called a cerebral vascular accident. Yep. And then we have heart attack care, which is probably my specialty. Cardiac care, coronary care is what we actually call it. It's caused by an atherosclerotic blockage of the coronary artery. Sorry, the table's a little busy. And what happens is over time in age, the intraarterial part of the artery will actually start to narrow. This will actually get tighter and tighter and tighter, and basically this plaque will, what we call rupture. It'll form a clot. That clot limits blood to the muscle of the heart, and that actually gives you what's called a heart attack. Here at Parkland, for the last 10 years, we've been able to actually intervene. What we call intervene is we'll actually stick a balloon and a catheter down the artery, blow it up, and actually open the artery, which limits blood, which actually restores blood flow to the heart. For a small hospital that we actually have the best door-to-balloon times. This is what's measured by JACC in the state. We have the best door-to-balloon times in the state 3 years running. So that means if you're local, the Derry Fire is these guys rock. They're very good at what they do. They actually notify us before the patient ever gets to the hospital. So when they notify us before they ever get to the hospital, we can actually start on our way in, the staff that I work with and also the cardiologist, before the patient's ever at the hospital. So I can be at home, they can call me before the patient ever arrives. I can be on my way in and meet the patient at the hospital. So that actually increases the likelihood that patient will survive. It also decreases the amount of muscle damage that patient has. So they're very, 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 very good at that. I've heard from multiple people that I've worked with from different facilities that they are state of the art. We actually our ER has streamlined it along with the local fire departments to be able to get that care in as soon as we can. 1 out of 3 people don't survive their first heart attack. So over the last 10 years, we have a zero mortality rate. That's impressive. Most facilities cannot even say that. And we actually probably do 50 heart attacks a year. So at the last 10 years, that's 500 heart attacks with a 0 mortality rate. That in itself is impressive. And I'm proud of it because I'm in charge of it. So if Ms. Bratz has anything that she would like to add, I'd like to thank you for your time.
So here you can see we're back inside. We have a few vendors set up. We have some displays. At this particular table, there's a lot of handouts with respects to fire safety, EMS safety, hazardous material in your home, 10 tips for fire safety, candle care, fire safety holidays, lead poisoning, so a lot of the older homes that may have lead paint. There's a great handout on that. People with disabilities, healthcare facilities. We are all getting up there in age or may have relatives which are getting a little older, so those are great handouts for that. And home smoke alarms. So we obviously advocate home smoke alarms every year at Fire Prevention Week because they're very important, and you can't put a price on someone for the cost of a single smoke detector installed in the home. So we have a lot of safety tips here. The other table over here, we have handouts for the children. There are coloring books, activity books, if you will, for the different age groups. Fire hats. The children always love these. These are always a great hit. We had a large quantity of smoke detectors. A lot of them have since gone. Typically, you get here early. We do get local donations for smoke detectors, and we certainly do give them out to families that do not have them or cannot afford them. So if you do not have one or cannot afford one, we have them here available for you, because I would like to see that installed in the bedrooms where the kids sleep. So another great tool here again. Behind me you can see there's some tables set up where we're serving lunch, if you will. Local Papagino's here in town has donated 50 pizzas. So we've been feeding the community as they come through. So you're more than welcome to come down and get a free lunch. Say hi to your local fire department, firemen and firewomen, and just see what everything is about here. And again, not only are you allowed to come down to this station, but anytime you want, stop into any of the fire stations, regardless of the community. They'll open you with welcome arms. We are there for you. You are our bosses, if you will, or you're the taxpayers, and we work for you. So these houses typically belong to you, so stop in any time. Say hi. We'll show you the trucks. We'll talk to the kids about fire safety, EMS safety if it is, heart safe issues, CPR training, poisoning, whatever it may be. We typically know about it, or we know where to direct you. So certainly stop into any of the fire stations. Put it on your calendar for next year. Open house, again, it'll be coming out. Just look for it. It'll be on the town website. It'll be on the typical Facebook accounts and whatnot. So look for it next year. You can see everyone's having a great time. Smokey's here, Forest Warden Service, local vendors. It's a community fire station, and we're here for you. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon. My name's Joe Trefethen. I'm with Palmer Gas and Oil Company. Today we're here at the Derry Fire Department at the open house. And the fire department invited our company to join today. We deliver propane and heating oil to families all around the Derry area. And today we've got some information about safety regarding generators and other propane appliances, and wanted to share some information with the community here in town. So today, one of the pieces of information that we brought was about carbon monoxide. This can be a real hazard at families' homes. Sometimes we see folks that will run a generator inside of the garage, and generators are really designed to be run outdoors 10 feet away from the house. So we wanted to share that news today, keep that top of mind. What we also wanted to do was talk a little bit further about generator safety. We've got some different pieces of information about where they can run and how to refuel the generator when it's hot. And the final thing we did today, being it's October, coming up on Halloween, we had some old tanks around, and we did some decorating by using them and cutting them into the shapes of a pumpkin, getting them painted up. So it's just something fun that we added today in the spirit of the season. So thank you for your time. Appreciate you watching.
That's a Smokey the Bear sticker. That's fine. He's gonna know. Not too many people. Let's see what they do now. You don't see it that often. Smile, you're on camera.
They're trying to ignore it. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Hey! You're on candy camera. Smile.
We're seeing you on TV.
Who's gonna lay on the bed?
Oh, the probably clean
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, you don't want to. Yeah, see, that's the inside. How many? Get up there and get a picture of you. Cheese.
It's clam back there.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks a little smushy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This
It's an emergency room on wheels.
what's this bit for?
If someone gets hurt, they gotta lay down in the bed.
And what after that?
How many grandchildren? Are these grand?
And what's after that?
I'm
Well, you guys ready? Let's go.
What's after that?
Ask the firefighter. He'll tell you whatever you want.
Don't let go there.
We should start hanging out together.
Tori, you might want to move.
And then squeeze.
Can I pick up that one? You don't mind if it's behind? You won't.
Good, how are you? Did you come from its birthday party? How was your birthday party?
All right, so what do we do?
Good, I'm happy to hear that.
I think you probably lift the fire truck up with that one.
Whoa!
Are those power? Hydraulics. Yeah, it runs off the hydraulic generator. So.
Those are actually, we call them the heavy cutters, but the newer cars, high tensile strength steel. They're better for crash reading and safety, but also harder to cut parts. The cutters that used for years and years could be the new steels. When you buy those, they're slower, but they cut.
Slower but faster.
Right. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And then we got airbags, which are a little dirty. But
What are those?
these, you know, the air tanks that you saw on our for our airbags, we could put them up to this and fill these up, and they are like balloons. They fill up. And if I took this one's 4.1. I probably wouldn't do the fire truck. But one of these can actually, you can stick it underneath the fire truck, and it'll lift the whole fire truck up.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where it's a big airbag and then
Yep.
Right, just lift it a little bit, like a half inch or an inch,
But if your finger's stuck underneath it, that's all you need. Right? Any other questions?